Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Chamber Chat. Kate Kennedy here with you alongside Jody Broad, filling in for Ben Buckland today. But today, kind of a interesting week, I guess, Jody, in terms of there is, I dare say this, knowing something will probably come up that we'll talk about in a moment, kind of a slower week for Alva.
Yeah, there was so much build up to last weekend, and now this week, I think we're just all tired. Um, this week, there's not a ton on the calendar. It was interesting when we were putting together the newsletter for this week. It was not a lot, truly. I mean, just that's where we are. Not a lot going on. I think that there was one flyer in the newsletter that said something about maybe Alva State Bank providing the free swims for Saturday. So throughout July, Alva State Bank provides 100 free swims for all of the kids, for 100 kids who come into the pool on Saturdays. And you know what? That whole thing has been pretty amazing, just with the new pool. There we go. New school year's coming, but the new pool this summer. And once it opened up, man, the town just came together, providing free swims here and there. And then it's like one doesn't, it's like, I don't know, like all the swims run out and someone else comes in and says, I got you. And so it's been cool, from community members to businesses to just groups that have come up and said, hey, we want to sponsor another so many swims. And so anyway, that's been a really cool thing. That's been the only thing that's been in our newsletter, I think, just because everything, man, we're approaching the end of the summer.
We are. I mean, it's one of those I didn't really think about it until I was down seeing some folks in Ardmore, and they said it was the hottest day of the year so far. It was
Oh, really?
105, and I was like, well, that's usually the sign that things are, they'll cool down maybe a degree or two, but we're kind of in that real peak of summer now, and then it'll be
Yeah.
school in a few weeks, and then it'll be off to the races.
Yeah, it flies by, doesn't it? Someone actually said, I asked how someone was last week, and they're like, hot. And I was like, well, it's Oklahoma, July in Oklahoma. Isn't that what we expect? But anyway,
But I do want to give a quick note. If you're listening on Facebook or YouTube, everything will be fine. We're having some technical difficulties on the radio side. Of course, the one time Ben is not here is the time everything goes haywire. So we do apologize for that a little bit. But other than that, I think everything, the big thing to talk about, Jody, is what happened over the weekend. The Alva All School Reunion.
yeah.
Everything I've heard, everything that I saw, seems like the only I would ask you if it went well or not, but I don't think I need to ask that.
I think that it went well. Absolutely. I have said this. I did not graduate from Alva. I'm not from Alva, but I got to participate in the reunion in the form of being married to a gold bug. So my husband was class of 2000. So we gathered his class, and we had about 20 or so out there from his class, which I think is a pretty good turnout. Along with, I say 20, we had a few leave before the photo. That's why I'm guessing about 20 who showed up for it. But then there were some other classes around that time, 97, 98, 99, and 01. I think we even had someone there from 03. Anyway, so we hosted on Saturday, and that was a lot of fun downtown I guess starting off was the kickoff at the Nightlight on Thursday night, and it was standing room only. I heard, I actually was not able to make it out there, but I heard it was absolutely packed, and not just packed on Thursday, but it was the unofficial after party every night. So it was packed on Friday, packed on Saturday, from what I hear. Also, just the restaurants around town packed as well. Just so much going on. With so many people in town, and they had the golf tournament. We had our community coffee on Friday for those who hadn't stayed out too late the night before, and then Saturday morning was Crazy Days, and so all of our retail businesses around town offered some awesome sales and stuff like that, and some of them even continued their sales online. But then at 10 a.m., the parade happened, and so it was a lot of fun to see the classes coming through. I think that it was what is it, Rose's class of 54, maybe?
I think 54, 52, somewhere in there.
Something around there. Their crew, they had a little golf cart and drove around the square, and then but it was from the classes in the 50s to classes in the 90s. I'm not sure if anybody from the 2000s showed up or not for classes, but I know I did see class of 99 represented there. So it was a lot of fun to see everybody going around the square for the parade, and just see everyone just walking around, and lots of hugs, lots of laughs, rehashing old memories, I'm sure.
Well, good. I mean, that at the end of the day is what it's all about,
Absolutely.
right? Getting to see everybody again. I know even my mother, she was just, well, I don't know if I'm going to go. And I was like, go have fun.
Oh, is she from Alpha?
She is. She graduated from here. Go have fun. Go be a part.
Did she come?
She
did. Good.
She had a lot of fun with it. So
yeah,
it was just one of those. It was good for everybody to get together, see people they haven't seen in forever.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and then the Crazy Cool Boulevard cruise that happens every year, but man, what a night to have it with so many gold bugs, because that's the memories, is going up and down the boulevard, driving up and down the boulevard. And so they got to experience that all over again if they chose to do that. And so, of course, it was booming. It was great. I don't know. I always enjoy the Boulevard Cruise. All the music, the bands, the food trucks, just all of it. The people, we never know who we're going to see. So we were set up. Boss Music was set up at the Chamber Building, and so we were set up there and had random people come by and stop by and chat with us. So it's always fun.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those nice things. We've talked about it. I think every single week we've done this show, you're always going to find something to do. There's always something that's going to happen. And you wouldn't think it would be, at least, I guess from a younger person's perspective, you would not think it's the most interesting thing in the world. If I just told you, there's going to be cars driving up and down the boulevard, you think, well, that happens every day. That's normal.
Right.
But seeing it with that setting, with the music, with everyone, people that having the reunion as well going on, I mean, that makes for a pretty awesome scene.
Yeah. So much fun. And it's small town America.
It is.
We love small town America right here in Northwest Oklahoma.
Well, we kind of have to.
Yes. I mean, if you don't love small town America, I guess you got to move.
I guess.
So, yeah, but we say there's always something going on. I think that this is a rest week.
Probably.
You
gotta
and we
have
probably
one of those
need it.
built in.
We got to be able to rest sometimes. It's okay if there's not always something going on. It's okay to rest sometimes. I mean, I'm sure that many people still have things going on, but as for events this week, it is pretty slow. But that's okay. We need that rest right before the school year starts. Next week, we've got our first Friday art walk on Friday. and that includes tax-free weekend, and so when you know that tax-free weekend is here, you know that school is right around the corner, and so that's going to be coming up. I don't even know the start date of school. I'll have to go look that up.
I want to say August. I want to say 12th, somewhere around the 12th.
Sounds like it could be right.
I know.
Yeah.
Today, the only thing on the. I should say the only thing. There are other things, but the one thing that sticks out to me, I know we've talked about it before. It's movie day at the Alva Public Library. That starts in 45 minutes. Actually,
yes.
It starts at 1 o'clock.
My son has plans to go.
August 14th, I've been told, is the official start date for Alva.
August 14th. Okay.
So,
all right.
Off by a few days, but still, I mean, it is really close.
Yeah. And then the next week is Northwestern starts school. Yep. Also on the 18th. That's their first day. So it's all coming up, and it's crazy how fast the summer flies by.
It is. It's one of those, as a kid, always, you looked forward to the start of it. You woke up and it was August. And it was, where did my summer go? What happened? What are we doing here?
And so you either have a panic attack when you see the school supplies out in Walmart, or you love it because a new notebook is just, new notebook and pens. That was something when I was in school. I loved it. I loved getting a new notebook with new pens.
Yeah, I was always the panic attack. I was always can we go back to May?
Right.
Can we go back to the end of May, please? I'm not ready to go back.
Yeah.
I can wait a few more months.
Yes.
But after that, it looks like cheer camp coming up as well next week. So that'll be exciting to see.
Yes, and we do have a ribbon cutting next week. We announced that Rowdy's Liquor opened up as a new chamber member last week. They just opened up their doors, and we will have a ribbon cutting for them on Thursday. I put the wrong date in the newsletters, so forgive me for that. I put August 31st. I meant July 31st. See, I was already August. I had August on the brain. But July 31st is the ribbon cutting for Rowdy's Liquor. And then, oh my goodness, next week there will be like incoming freshmen also in town, because Camp Ranger is next week. So they typically pull in several new freshmen to get them acclimated to Alva and Northwestern. There will be, I assume, with Camp Ranger, shortly after that comes all the new football players coming into town and the band members coming in for band camp. It's just, it starts.
It does.
It starts, and we just roll with it, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's one of those that I already saw the stuff for Northwestern. They start, and it's, every time I look at that calendar, it's just, we are closer, closer, and closer.
Yes.
And it's just, I'm excited to see what it all goes on this year.
Yeah. And then the next thing you know, it's car show.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, it's Northwestern homecoming. And the next thing you know, it's Christmas.
Yep.
It just goes. Whew.
Yeah.
Like it's July, and it feels like, okay, the year's almost over.
I mean, sometimes it is that way. I mean, once you hit August, it's just full throttle until we hit Christmas.
Flies, yes. But before that, we do have First Friday Art Walk next Friday, August 1st. And the Graceful Arts has been putting that on for years, welcoming in their artists of the month. And so those artists, I know Dallas Meyer and hold on just a moment. I just got that email yesterday, and then I pulled off that graphic and I completely forgot to write it down. But let's see. It is featured artists are Dallas Meyer and Larry Hill. And so that will be at the Graceful Arts from 6 to 8. Along with that, I think we're going to do another family fun night where we had the games on the square. I think that there may even be another meal going on that evening, and then a night swim over at the swimming pool. So keep your eyes open for more information on that coming next week.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Anytime you can, have a last hoorah of summer, You know,
Well,
we
I
just
don't
go
know.
for it.
So some of the kids, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear last hurrah because think, oh yeah. But at least that's how I always looked at it. My
Yes.
summer could have gone on for 6, 9, 12,
Yeah.
15 months. I would have been okay with that.
You
I
went to
think.
school because you had to, right?
Yes.
But then you went on further. Like
Yeah.
you went to you graduated from Northwestern.
I did.
So
yes.
you kept on
Yeah.
going into school.
Yeah. I kept on. That doesn't mean I wanted to. That means I needed to.
Sometimes we have to do what we need to do.
Exactly.
And it's not all about our wants, right?
That's true. That
yeah.
is true.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's what it is this week. Not a ton, but watch out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It feels weird having one of these where it's, it's chamber chat and there's not a lot to chat about this week. There's what we had, there's what's been going on, but this is just a nice, quiet-ish. I don't know if there's ever truly a quiet week, but more peaceful recovery type of week for the city of Alva.
Yes.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, just playing catch up.
But I mean, August 14th, like we said, Alva will get started with school. Northwestern will be August 18th. Of course, I'm always looking forward to football season. Being a sports person, all that. That's September 4th for Northwestern.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
They'll start against Harding. It's a Thursday night game, so that'll be fun to see. I always enjoy kind of those Thursday night games because you get more people out and involved, and it's not a Saturday where you're having to compete with everything else event-wise. So hopefully people will show up for that. Harding's always a tough opponent.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that will also be the Woods County Fair. That's the weekend of the Woods County Fair that tends to fall right then. It's always, the Woods County Fair is always the Thursday, Friday, Saturday after Labor Day. So that will be coming up as well.
I mean, it's crazy to think what all is on the horizon. School gets started, and then it's just downhill from there. That race to Christmas that we were talking about, just such a busy time.
Yeah. But hey, we're going to have some amazing weather between now and then.
We are.
Sweater weather's coming, even though we're sweating right now.
Yeah. I guess this is the week to, if you've got anything you want to do, go to the Great Salt Plains, go
That's
to the,
right.
The caverns, the sand dunes, whatever you want to do. I mean, this is the week to go out and do something.
Yes, absolutely.
Go out, have some fun, run errands, go do what you need to do.
Absolutely. Yes. Yep.
It will be a good time. I guess we'll just have I could just keep saying the same 5 things over again, I guess. But I think with this being a bit more of a peaceful week, this will be a bit of a abbreviated chamber chat.
Yes.
So to speak. But
well, I'm sorry I don't have more to bring to you today.
Well, it's okay. Sometimes a peaceful week is a good thing.
Yeah.
Not a problem. But Jody, of course, as always, thank you for coming on. We always appreciate it. We really do. But folks, we will get you back to regular programming here on KALV. Again, apologize for some of the technical difficulties we're having here today on the radio station side. Live stream and everything should have been completely fine. But folks, as always,